Hi, I'm Tyra Burton of Geek Meet Social, and you are listening to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast.
Show number 644. Welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, helping you celebrate Celtic culture through music. I am Mark Gunn, musician and podcaster, and this podcast is here to build a diverse Celtic community and help the incredible artists who so generously share their music with you. If you hear music you love, please email the artists. Let them know you heard them on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. Musicians depend on your generosity to keep making music, so please find a way to support them. Buy a CD, album pen, shirt, digital download, or join their communities on Patreon. You can find a link to all of the artists in the show notes along with show times when you visit our website at CelticMusicPodcast.com. Yes, a lot of these bands are on Patreon, just like this podcast. And if you are a Celtic musician or in a band and you want to submit music to the podcast, you can send an email to gift@bestcelticmusic.net. That will send you an autoresponder with information. You don't have to send any music, and you will get a free ebook that's called Celtic Musician's Guide to Digital Music. You can do that just as well at 4celts.com. We are funding new merch for 2024 as part of the Make 100 Kickstarter campaign. We're going to try to raise funds for 100 Celtic pens, 100 Celtic CDs, and 100 Celtic shirts as part of this new campaign. If you want to support the campaign, you can sign up to our Kickstarter pre-launch page to be the first to be notified about the campaign. The Kickstarter is scheduled to launch on January 17th if all goes well. And if all goes great, then you're going to be enjoying a great episode of the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, including a story from the Celtic Kitchen Party that I collected last month when I was doing an interview with them for their Celtic Christmas music album that they released. That was part of the Celtic Christmas Music Podcast. So we kicked off the show with Charlie Rutan. That was Past the Tankard Wench from his album Urban Village Piping. Next up is Moher with Frailach Neskist Short from their album Phoenix.
is John Dixon, a blacksmith by trade. In County Armagh, there I was born and raised. From Armagh to Belfast, a journey I did go. 'Twas there that I fell in love with Sally Monroe. I once had a companion I thought I could depend, and with him a letter to Sally I'd send. Instead of a friend, well, he proved to be a foe. He never gave my letter to sweet Sally Monroe. He ordered dear old mother to be wary of me, and that I had a wife in my own country. Says her dear old mother, if this then be so, never shall he wed with my Sally Monroe. 6 months have passed, not a word did I hear of that pretty wet damsel of whom I love so dear. Till one morning Belfast I walked up Sandy Road. 'Twas there that I met with sweet Sally Monroe. I asked her if she'd come to Newry town with me. Their parents consent, well marry we would be. Her parents consented and away we did go. And I was wed at the altar to Sally Monroe. Ship Newry at Gordon Point that day, with 500 passengers bound for America. There I booked my passage to Quebec to go. I also bought a ticket for sweet Sally. Sally Monroe. When we were 3 days sailing, there came on a fall, and to my misfortune our good ship did lodge. The women were drowned with the children below, and down to the bottom went Sally Monroe. There are men on that voyage that all lost their wives. There are women and children who all lost their lives. My life it was spared and my tears they do flow. I sigh when I think of my Sally Monroe.
I forgot to mention that Tyra Burton introduced the episode, and she also is a podcaster that I ran into at Multiverse last year. And you can check her out. She has a website as well. You can find a link in the show notes at tyraburton.com. After Moher came Piskey Led with Sally Monroe from their self-titled album, then Paddy's Green Shamrock Shore by Ryan Roubison from Songs from the Willow Glen, and we finish up the set with Railcar Graffiti. That was Sandy Boys from Going Across the Sea. I want your feedback. What are you doing today while listening to the podcast? You can send a written comment along with a picture of what you're doing while listening or of a band that you saw recently. Email me at celticpodcast@gmail.com. Guild Arcana emailed a photo. Hi, greetings from south of Brazil. My artistic name is Morgan, and I am the lead vocalist of a fantasy folk music band from Pelotas, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, and I am maybe an Irish by heart. Never been there in my life, but simply love Ireland and all the things about the Celtic world. I love your podcast. When I am listening to it, it is like I transport myself for a moment to the Celtic world. Thank you for that. Well, what am I doing while listening to the podcast? College homework. I am a digital design student, and I am doing hand drawing homework. Thank you again for this wonderful podcast. Lots of blessings. And Morgan shared a picture of the art that they're doing. Go check it out. It's in the show notes for show number 644. Jeremiah Donnier emailed from Langley, Washington. Hello, Mark. I tried signing up for your mailing list, but got an error message saying the mailing list is not active. I did notice that. For some reason, there's a link that keeps trying to send people that doesn't work. Let's just say it doesn't work. And, I don't know how to fix that one, but if you go to bestcelticmusic.net, you can sign up. That's the quick and easy way, or most of the links in the show notes will get you there as well. Anyways, he continues, my family and I live on the windswept Isle of Whidbey upon the Salish Sea. I stumbled across your app in May after canceling my iTunes subscription, and we are loving the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. A few weeks ago, we enjoyed a couple hours of the music as we pickled some pints of cucumbers. See attached photo. My love of Celtic music goes back to my family's roots. My dad's kin are mostly from the Swiss Alps and Scandinavia, but my mom's family came from Scotland and Ireland to settle in the Pacific Northwest in the late 1800s. So I grew up listening to Celtic folk tunes played by my parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. Then I began listening to a range of Celtic music as a teenager in the mid-90s. Of course, I enjoyed the explosion of modern Celtic music during the time with crossovers into New Age and rock. Many purists deride this as faux Celtic, but it didn't matter to me. I liked the flitting of flutes, braggadocio of bagpipes, and harmony of harps. One of my favorite memories from back then was going to an oversold Kilcannon show in Ellensburg, Washington, and I was seated on the stage. Since then, I accumulated an eclectic collection of Celtic tunes. During the pandemic, I began looking through my older CDs and found Celtic Legacy, a global Celtic journey by the Narada. It features a number of groups from Ireland, Britain, Wales, and Scotland, and the American Celtic diaspora. Then I noticed a group that stood out a bit different, as it has become one of my favorites, Miledorio. They came from northwest Spain, which I learned is a region rich but often overlooked in Celtic history. Indeed, research shows many cultural and genetic links between Ireland, Galicia, and the Basques. Anyway, I want to say hello, share a bit about me and my love of Celtic music. Throughout the week, the podcast is my way to relax. With over 500 episodes, it is going to take me a while to get through them all. I love how you feature so many different types of Celtic music with different themes. So all this leads me to wonder, have you ever done a show on global Celtic music? Perhaps you could feature some of those groups like Miledorio that added a bit of a different flavor to the Celtic tunes we love. Gorov mile ma agat. May you have 1,000 good things. Thank you so much, Jeremiah, for the great story. I'm glad you found the podcast. There is indeed a lot of great music that you can find here and around the world. So I haven't done one specifically for global Celtic music because a lot of the podcast includes music from around the globe. I don't always mention where the bands come from, but a quick glance, I see something from France, I think Cornwall, Canada. Is that the Czech Republic? I don't know. There's a bunch of music from around the globe in each show. That's one of the things that I love about this show is that while some places focus on the music specifically of Ireland and Scotland, I mean the people who are creating music there, this show is a global show. It features music from around the globe by so many great Celtic bands. I've had bands from Australia, Japan, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, South Africa, Brazil, There's all over the place. I've had some great music, and I continue to share it. I might consider doing a specific show to highlight some of that, which might be interesting, but right now I don't have it. I've been enjoying trying to find one region and hitting it. I did one for Italy, I know. I did one for a Galicia special at one point, and I'll continue to do some. So stay tuned for those in the future. If you, have a list of bands, whether it's for around the globe or any of these locations, specific locations around the world, I love doing special shows on that, and I would love to feature it. So drop me a line. You can send an email to CelticPodcast@gmail.com so we can work on that together. Wolf Loescher and Roubison are up next with Beyond the Kyle of Dumfries, some Strathbees from their album Loescher+Kenneth.
Black is the color of my true love's hair. Her lips are like some roses fair. She's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands. I love the ground whereon she stands. I love my love, well she knows. I love the ground whereon she goes. I wish the day soon would come when she and I could be as one. Go to the Clyde and mourn and weep, satisfied and never can be. I write her a letter, just a few short lines, answer for death 1,000 times. The color of my true love's hair. Her lips are like some roses fair. She's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands. I love the ground whereon she stands. 'Cause black is the color of my true love's hair. Her lips are like some roses fair. She's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands. I love the ground whereon she stands. The ground whereon she stands.
I've heard them lilting at the hour of milking, lassies at the lilting before the dawn of day. Now hear the grief cried on every green hillside. The flowers of the forest are wilted away. At evening in the gloaming, no fine lands are roaming. Lassies are lonely and woeful today. Each one is dreary, lamenting her dearie. Each one takes her stool and goes off her lonely way. Alas for the order sent our lads to the border. The English for once have by guile won the day. The flowers of the forest that fought at the foremost, the pride of our land now lies cold in the clay. We'll hear no more lilting at the hour of milking. Women and children are woeful today. Now hear the grief cried on every green hillside. The flowers of the forest are wilted away. The flowers of the forest are wilted away.
Hey, this is Andrew Van Horn, lead singer with the Celtic Kitchen Party, and we're about to listen to Sandy's Chanter. This is an original song that was penned by a resident fiddle player, Brian Flynn, and written with Rob McKay, and the bagpipe music is by T. McAllister. This is on our album Sociable, so it's called Sandy's Chanter again. It's all about Sandy getting a brand new chanter. That's the pipe, the whistle part there of the bagpipes. And it's about getting a brand new drum. I like some of the lines here. It's let's go down to the market. We'll buy 4/5 of rum. We'll sing and dance and play all night until the morning comes. So it's a fun little tune there about him trying to save up the money. You know, tunes cost 9 pence more. So it just has to save up the money to get his brand new pipe there and drums, Sandy's Chanter. So let's give that a listen, see what you think. Sandy's Chanter.
of rum. We'll sing and dance and play all night until the morning comes. Sandy's got a brand new chanter, and I've got a brand new drum. Hey, yeah, hey. Every Sunday afternoon down at the market square, rain or shine or coming, whether you find Sandy that he works his chanter and his drones to fill the air so sweet until Sunday evening when he'll practice to compete. Shots and Dyke took him cause he plays so fine, but he still plays in public and dances every time. Not for whiskey or for rum or some old toothless hag, but Sandy's pretty rough on his horn, he needs a brand new bag. Sandy's got a brand new chanter, I've got a brand new drum. Let's go down to the market and we'll buy 4/5 of rum. We'll sing and dance and play all night until the morning comes. Sandy's got a brand new chanter, and I've got a brand new drum. Hey, yeah, afternoon when Sandy blown 3 good reeds out, he strolled down to Wilson close to get a pint of stout, but Sandy called the barmaid love and she just lost him and she grabbed Sandy's pipes and sent them to the promised land. Now the tunes cost 9 pence more, but only for a little while. If you drop in £1.09, you'll still get a toothy smile. 4 new pipes, Father John gave Sandy a small loan, but 4 weeks have now passed by and Sandy owns 1 drone. Sandy's got a brand new chanter, I've got a brand new drum. Let's go down to the market and we'll buy 4/5 of rum. We'll sing and dance and play all night until the morning comes. Sandy's got a brand new chanter, and I've got a brand new drum. Hey, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I've got a brand new drum. Let's go down to the market and we'll buy 4/5 of rum. We'll sing and dance and play all night until the morning comes. Sandy's got a brand new chanter, and I've got a brand new drum.
After Loescher+Kenneth came Chance the Arm with Black is the Color from All in Good Time. Then Tim Cummings, Pete Sutherland, Brad Kolodner with And I Wish I Hadn't a Seen It from their album The Bird's Flight. Then Jesse Ferguson with The Flowers of the Forest from The Bard of Cornwall. That's Cornwall in Canada. And we finish up the set with a story from the Celtic Kitchen Party for their song Sandy's Chanters from their album Sociable. And of course, you can also get a very brief but fun bonus story that is exclusively on Patreon. It is for their song Roll On Home. And of course, I do want to thank all of our patrons of the podcast. You are amazing. It is because of your generosity that you get to hear so much great music. Your kindness pays for our engineer, graphic designer, Celtic Music Magazine editor, promotion of the podcast, and allows me to buy the music I play here. It also pays for my time creating the show each and every week. As a patron, you get music-only episodes before regular listeners. You get to vote in the Celtic Top 20. You get standalone stories, and you get a private feed to listen to the show, all for as little as $1 per episode. Special thanks to our Celtic legends. These amazing people pledge $25 per month to make this show happen. This includes Bill Mandeville, Marty Myers, Brenda, Karen, Emma Bartholomew, Dan McDade, Carol Burrill, Miranda Nelson, Nancy Barnett, Kevin Long, Gary R. Hook, Linda McNeil, Kelly Garrod, Annie Lorkowski, and Sean Callie. Thank you so much. Here is your 3-step plan to support the podcast. Number 1, go to our Patreon page. Number 2, decide how much you want to pledge every week. $1, $5, $25, and of course you can cap how much you want to spend per month. So you can cap it at $25 per month, which many of the Celtic legends do. Number 3 is keep listening to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast to celebrate Celtic culture through music. You can become a generous patron of the podcast on Patreon at songhenge.com. And of course, you can also support us with the new Kickstarter, which again goes live on January 17th. Shades of Green is up next with Death and Black from their album Conversations We Never Had.
Death and the man in black during the war by a railroad track. Death reached in his burlap sack, handed a chain with a name to his pal Black. I raised my rifle scope to see the name, and a cold chill went through my veins. Frozen moment in time when I realized the name was mine. With a little luck I got away that day, but the man in black is on his way. I dropped my gun and started to run. A gun can't stop the man in black. Gun can't stop the man in black. Or his hands, limbs all strapped by tough steel bands. Screen of wire stretched across his chest. The lights go dim, the jet does the rest. As the condemned breathes a last breath, who should he see but the angel of death? Gun can't stop the man in black. Gun can't stop the man in black. great and the small. Away!
Said goodbye to me poor mum and dad. Walked away with my chest torn apart from the one who had stolen my heart. Followed the lads down below. No job and no prospects had forced me to go. 10 days on a mate's building site. At least the future looked bright. But the load wasn't nearly as heavy as the ache in my heart that was gnawing at me, calling me home. And they'll all rise to meet me and greet me and tell me the tales of the years I've been gone. Pour me a pint of black velvet and raise up your glass when I'm singing my song. Back home is where I belong, boys and girls. Back home is where I belong.
Glad of the wages I've made, proud of every foundation I've laid. Spent a few good weekends with the gang and we laughed as loud as we sang. Phone calls from mother to say, why'd you have to go so far away? Lit a candle and sent out a prayer. Let me know when it reaches you there. Now I know that this won't be forever, and I know where I'm bound when my 2 feet are back on the ground. And they'll all rise to meet me and greet me and tell me the tales of the years I've been gone. Pour me a pint of black velvet and raise up your glass when I'm singing my song. Back home is where I belong, boys and girls. Back home is where I belong. The load wasn't nearly as heavy as the ache in my heart that was gnawing at me, calling me home. Calling me home. Calling me home. Calling me home. And they'll all rise to meet me and greet me and tell me the tales of the years I've been gone. Pour me a pint of black velvet and raise up your glass when I'm singing my song. Back home is where I belong, boys and girls. Back home is where I belong. Where I
Another pint, another laugh, we're in the pub. There's not much more that we all love. Another cry, another smile, we do it again. And this is where we spend good friends. Lift these walls to talk, they tell you the times we've had. No matter if it's luck, we were there for the good and the bad. So meet me down at the pub. So meet me down at the pub. Well, Mama says you better come home, the dinner is set. I gotta leave my boys with awful regret. I'm happy to say I gotta stay for a couple of more. Please, dear Mama, don't lock the front door. I should be home, I'm rather late. There's no need to wait. I'll just warm up my own dinner plate. But when I got home, I couldn't get in. I thought to myself, oh, the pub.
After Shades of Green came the Muckers with Antarctica from Whiskey Tango. Then the High Kings with Where I Belong from The Road Not Taken. And we finish up the set with Down at the Pub by the Elders from their album, Well, Alright Then. Thank you so very much for listening. I really appreciate you coming here. I appreciate definitely all the patrons who make a pledge, but just listening and sharing the show, telling others about it makes a big difference. It is the number one way anything gets out there, when someone shares it. So thank you for doing that. I do want to remind you to vote in the Celtic Top 20. This is our way of finding the best music each year. There's actually now a blog of the best bands of 2023. You'll find that on our blog on Patreon, and it is free to access, so go check it out. We're going to finish up the set with Ewen McIntosh. This is Old Lang Syne, and of course, that's a song by Robert Burns, whose Burns Day celebration is next Thursday, the 25th. Maybe I should think about doing it a show. We'll see. In any case, I hope you enjoy it and have a wonderful week. Sláinte. The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast was produced by Mark Gunn, the Celt Father, and our patrons on Patreon, you rock. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. Visit our website to follow the show. You'll find a link to all the artists played in this episode. Todd Wiley is the editor of the Celtic Music Magazine. Subscribe to get 34 Celtic MP3s for free, plus you'll get 7 weekly news items about what's happening with Celtic music and culture online. Best of all, you will connect with your Celtic heritage. Please tell one friend about this podcast. Word of mouth is the absolute best way to support any creative endeavor. And finally, remember to reduce, reuse, recycle, and think about how you can make a positive impact on climate change. Promote Celtic culture through music at CelticMusicPodcast.com. Hey, if you want to get one of the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast shirts for 2024, then please go support that Kickstarter right now. Follow the link in the show notes.